The Lakers have not actually already won the 2022 championship. That's just what Twitter says. The internet wasn't a gigantic hype machine back in the 1998 offseason, but the Rockets added Charles Barkley and Scottie Pippen to Hakeem Olajuwon. They definitely won that offseason and quickly lost in the first round to the Lakers. Three of the biggest names in NBA history, a first-round embarrassment to Shaq and a 21-year-old Kobe Bryant. The reason is, names don't win games. This is the earliest in a video anything has made me go,
Things that make you go,
Carmelo Anthony, 37 years old. LeBron, Ariza, and Gasol, 36. Dwight, 35. Ellington, 33. Baze and Russ, 32. And I tell you all that because the oldest team to ever win a championship was the 98 Chicago Bulls at an average age of 32. Even that old-ass Spurs team had an average age of 29. But things have changed in sports since then. Guys play longer and are in their primes for longer. And LA got two good young players in Malik Monk and Kendrick Nunn. This video explains what the problem for LA actually is, and the one thing, seriously, the one thing that'll win or lose a title for LA. Yo, it's KC. AM Hoops Plus launched on Monday and signups end on Friday, and we have had a really good turnout so far. A lot of people have been signing up, and I'm super grateful for all of you. For those of you who are not on the Monday hangout, right when free agency was going down and we were having fun reacting to the news, we are doing another hangout on August 6th, which is actually the last day that you can sign up. And it gives time for all the big free agent news to settle down so that we can react to the new NBA. But look, there's so much hype right now about the Lakers, but really, it will all come down to just one thing. But outside of that, I really feel for Frank Vogel right now. I mean, this dude not only has to figure out how to fit in Russell Westbrook, how to convince him not to take shots away from great players like AD and LeBron, but now he has to fix this defense. Carmelo, Monk, and Nunn don't play D. Vogel is a defensive-minded head coach. This could drive him crazy. Their interior defense will be great with AD down low. Dwight's a former defensive player of the year, but the perimeter defense could be awful. That is why it was so important to keep Talen Horton-Tucker and get Trevor Ariza. They will lean on those guys big. Another problem to that point is losing Alex Caruso. He was their best perimeter defender and a much better fit closing games with LeBron and AD. You don't want Nunn, Monk, or Melo out there taking shots away from those guys. Obviously, LeBron and AD close offensively, but Caruso's role was to defend in those moments, which they didn't replace. The worst part about all this to me is the slap in the face to Caruso with that contract. The Bulls got him for 4 years, $37 million. That's less than the non-taxpayer mid-level. Reports said Caruso even brought that deal back to the Lakers and said, "I'll take even a little less to stay with you guys." And they said no. They either undervalue what Caruso actually brings or didn't want to go that deep into the luxury tax. It's a bad decision. Now, one great thing about all these recent signings for LA is their second unit offense. Not scoring when LeBron and AD sit has been a huge issue. Now, I'm excited about Russ running a bench unit of THT, Malik Monk, Melo, Nunn. That will be fun. They'll score on anyone's backup. And I don't want to hear anyone complain about shooting anymore. 5 of their new players shot 38% or better from deep last season. That's Ellington, Bazemore, Melo, Monk, and Nunn. I think their biggest competition in the West will be from the Phoenix Suns and, yes, the Golden State Warriors. The Clippers will miss Kawhi for most of the season, and the Nuggets still won't have Jamal Murray most of the year. The Jazz are a fraud, let's face it. The Mavericks still can't attract a big-name free agent, but actually, none of that matters. The Lakers are not favorites in the West because of what they did this offseason. They're favored in the West because of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. That's it. I'm sorry that downplays all of this fun free agent hype, but every single LeBron James team wins or loses because of his dominance. Having Russ play a different role than he's been used to will be a challenge, but even that will come down to LeBron's leadership. LeBron's been doing this ever since he carried the worst supporting cast ever to a finals in 2007. When he moved to Miami, they lost the 2011 finals because LeBron got in his own head and had the worst series of his career. Even with two Hall of Famers, Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, it was about LeBron. In 2016, they had Kyrie and Kevin Love, but it was LeBron hustling his butt off for a chase down block on Andre Iguodala, willing his team to a win. What about 2020? Anthony Davis, 8 years younger, but LeBron was still the man on that team. So the 2022 Lakers, even with this awesome offseason, will go as far as LeBron takes them. That is still the only thing that matters. Now, I'm not saying help doesn't matter at all. That's why he left Cleveland to begin with for Miami. They couldn't get him help. In 2015, Kyrie and Kevin Love got injured. LeBron played so well, people said he should be Finals MVP and a loss. So yeah, he can be Superman and still lose. He needs help. But help only gets his teams so far. LeBron is still the one who will take them over the top to a chip. He is what matters. Now, one good thing about Russell Westbrook is he will take minutes off of LeBron's workload. I think when the Lakers looked at this offseason, they said, okay, we need two things: shooting and to keep LeBron healthy. He still plays like he's in his prime, but injuries have ruined 2 of his 3 Lakers seasons. First, the groin in 2019 caused them to miss the playoffs altogether. Then 2021 with the ankle. They got lucky with the pandemic in 2020. LeBron got 5 months off right before the playoffs. Now the goal is to let LeBron have time off during the season by playing fewer minutes. So that is really good news for Laker fans. But here's the bad news. You still don't have a plan for after LeBron James. I mean, he tried to pass that torch to Anthony Davis, but AD is just not that guy. He wasn't in New Orleans, and it's pretty clear now on the Lakers. In his prime at 28 years old, he is not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Yeah?
Are you?
Absolutely.
The Lakers don't have an alpha personality to lead when LeBron is gone. That will have to come in a big trade, like the Lakers have always done, except for Magic and Kobe. I know I barely touched on why Russell Westbrook is not a great fit for this team. I put all my thoughts into this video, so go check it out. I do think that LeBron James can help with this, putting him in the right role, but again, they're betting on Russ being something he's never been, so that's a reach. But it still all comes down to LeBron James.